Hey Battle Tactic fans, how's it going? So today I'm going to do a special unboxing of the Allied Heavy Walkers. The Allied Walkers come in three forms. You get the light walkers here that you can see, and then we have the medium walkers. So here's Honey, here's Steel Ring, and then they have the heavy walkers. So here's the heavy walkers. These are the biggest models that you can get for the game. They're actually quite big. As you can see, here's a regular model. We'll go into a review of the size, but let's do an unboxing right now. So here's the kit that you get from Dust Tactics. You can buy them already pre-painted from dust-models.com if you want to, but the Fantasy Flight kit comes with one model that you can make into two different miniatures. So you can make Punisher and Fireball. Punisher has long range, like a howitzer gun, and Fireball has a Napalm short range Fireball. So both kits come in it. The premium edition come painted with this paint scheme here, but the Fantasy Flight edition just come pre-primed. So they're already primed, ready to go. They do have some logos, and we'll look at that when we do the review here. Okay, so what comes in the box here? So here's the paint schemes I was talking about that it comes in the premium edition, and then there's the you can make both of these with one kit. You have one model that you can make in either one of these here. So and they're pretty easy to swap out if you just want to get one model and swap them between the two. So let's do the unboxing here. Let's see how it comes. Comes prepackaged in the box there. All the plastic with the Dust Tactics card. You get both Dust Tactics cards. You get the Punisher and Fireball. And then you also get the instructions. So basically, as you can see, the instructions are pretty easy. You just swap out the gun. So either Napalm or the howitzer gun. Pretty easy to put together. And there's some other sales material from Dust Models. The cards here, I'll do a close-up of the cards, but as you can see, Punisher is worth 100 points. We'll go through each one of those, and Fireball is worth 82 points, and I'll go into more details with the tactics with using this model. And then let's just put it in the plastic here. Probably seen some of the other unboxings. You see how they package. Pretty good packaging. Everything's put together for you already. Again, all you gotta do is swap out the guns, whichever one you want to do. So I'll make the Punisher right now, and I have another model already set up. Now the only tricky piece is this bottom piece for the dozer blade down here. Putting that on can get a little tricky sometimes, and doesn't want to stay on the whole time, but that keeps the dozer blade in place, and it just snaps on. And then once you get that in place, it'll hold the gun in place. So now the gun's in place, and that's it. That's all you put together. There is the 50 cal that goes on top. That just goes in this little hole right here. And you can glue these in if you want to, but if you do want to swap out and make the other heavy walker, which I will show you right now, you basically just take the front gun off. So there you go, there's your two walkers. There is Fireball, here's Punisher. And you can see the piece for Fireball is in here in the package, so you can swap it out and make the other model if you want to. Show you a quick view of them together, and then a quick scale of how they look next to, that's a light walker right there. Here is a set of troops. See, you can put troops, give a lot of cover when you're using these in Dust Warfare, and troops there. Set of troops here to see a scale. And then I'll get a medium walker just to show you real quick. Here's Recon Mickey. And let's throw Recon Mickey in here like this. And there you go, there's your whole setup. Medium walker, light walker, and heavy walker. There's lots of details on these, as you can see. You got the guns, you got the 30 cals on top there. You got the dozer blade to move objects in dust warfare. You see some hatches and stuff. So if you really want to get into customizing these, you can customize them pretty good. There's the Allied decal. Look from the front. 50 cal looking at you, and the 230 cals looking at you. Alright, now I'll go into some tactics. Okay, so I'm going to first start off with doing Fireball and his special abilities and some tactics to use for him for dust warfare. Okay, Fireball costs 85 AP to use. It's a lot of AP, but he actually is pretty valuable on the battlefield. He has a 6 movement with 6 inches, and he has 7 armor with 10 hit points. Okay, so and he has 3 weapon lines. He has the 50 cal. He has the 30 cal, and he has Napalm Thrower. The Napalm Thrower gives you burst, spray, and taint killer. Just to let you know what those are: burst, you ignore cover; spray, you roll the amount of units. You roll double the amount of units for napalm. You'll see it. So if it's a unit of 5, you roll 10 dice. Okay, and they do 1 hit each. And then taint killer, what you do is if you damage a walker, you on the damage chart, on the vehicle damage chart, you get to, when you roll the dice, misses or hits. Okay, and then he has carrying ability, which he can carry up to 6 soldiers. And so this is how the breakdown with soldiers works. He could carry 6 armor 2s, but he can only carry 3 armor 3s. Okay, because he has a carrying capacity of 6, so an armor 2 is worth 1 point, and armor 3 is worth 2 points. Okay, just keep that in mind when we go through that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to deploy Fireball with a set inside. So I'm going to deploy Fireball with the Gunners and Bazooka Joe. And basically you can represent it any way. You can put them on top here like I do, or you can just put one guy on there and put the other ones off to the side of the board. So Fireball has a movement of 6, so what I'm going to do is deploy 6 inches in. And I've already pre-measured, and 6 inches is right about here. Okay, so we deployed in. Inside I have Bazooka Joe with the Gunners. I'm just going to put Bazooka Joe up here, and then put the Gunners off to the side of the table. So we know that this unit is inside there. Okay, the Napalm has a range of 12. So in front of you, you see a set of SSU. With a range of 12, I can reach all the way to the walker. I can't reach the back units, but I can reach all the way to the walker. So I'm going to attack the front units with napalm, and then I'm going to attack back here. You can just see off the edge of the table my 30 cal and my 50 cal to the top of this roof right here on these guys. And because the 30 cal has a range of 16. Okay, so you measure that out, and I'm actually out of range for the 30 cal. And then the 50 cal has a range of 24. And I'm in range for the 50 cal to these right here. It's also front facing. Now this is a big thing for dust warfare. You have front facing, and then you have side facing and rear facing. The 50 cal is on a turret, so it could attack in 360 degrees. But the 30 cal and the flamethrower has to be front facing, and that's a 45 degree angle off the front there. And basically you can use the legs anywhere within this leg all the way through, and that leg all the way up front is within range. Okay? So the nice thing about napalm is it shoots through units and it shoots everything within its path. So we have 12 inches right here, and we are going to attack. Okay? The front group is the SSU battle squad, and they have 5 units. So with napalm you get two dice per unit, so I'd be rolling 10 dice against there. And with the burst they get no cover. Okay? And then with the vehicle I get 2 dice that does 5 damage apiece. So for each hit it does 5 damage. And with him being 5 armor, that would be 1 hit would kill that vehicle. So that's the attacks for Fireball. Now the nice thing is you have a unit inside here. The unit can carry on, they could stay in there, and they could deploy outside of Fireball. So if I didn't wipe out this whole unit, let's say there was 2 left, what I could do is deploy the gunners, and you can deploy out up to 3 inches when you debark. Okay? So actually you could deploy out up to 6 because that's their movement. So 6 inches I could deploy, boom, out front here, and I have Bazooka Joe, let's just say with the death dealers or with the gunners, 6 inches out, and then I could attack there as my two actions. Now the 3 inches comes into play if okay, so now for Punisher. Punisher is the same thing. Punisher has a dozer blade, it has a carrying capacity of 6, and it has a howitzer gun instead of the flamethrower. It still has the dual 30 cal and the dual 50 cal, but it doesn't have a flamethrower. This is more for long range. He's also 100 AP, so it's a lot to use Punisher. And we don't use him very much, but the same thing. Any kind of impassable terrain, the dozer blade, it does not affect Punisher or Fireball. So you could pass over not impossible terrain, but the hard terrain, and without any problems with the dozer blade. So same thing here. So I got a scenario set up. I brought the SSU back a little further, and basically what I'm going to do here is I am going to attack with the howitzer. Now what the howitzer gives you is 4 dice for armor 2, 3 dice for armor 1, but it's really good against the walkers. So you get 7 dice for an armor 4, and so I'm going to attack here 7 dice. Now I do have my 30 cal and my 50 cal. The 30 cal's got a range of 16, so I can attack one of these 2 units here. And the 50 cal has a range of 24. So that gives you up here, gives you down here, these 3. So I can attack any one of those with all my weapon lines. Now the howitzer has that tank killer ability, the same thing as the Fireball does. So if I hit the tank, when he rolls his vehicle damage, hits our misses and misses our hits. So it reverses the die roll on the vehicle damage to the walker. And that's it. Okay, now for Dust Tactics. So Fireball costs the same. It costs 82 points for Dust Tactics. It's the same. It has a 1 movement with 7 armor and 10 hit points. Okay. And now the only difference is when deploying in with Fireball and Dust Tactics, for a heavy walker in Dust Tactics, it takes 2 move actions. Not move points, move actions. So you use both of your movements just to deploy in. So at these 2 spots, these 4 spots right here, where Dust Tactics were the deployment zone, it would take both of my actions to deploy in, so I cannot attack, okay? But what he has is the scout ability. So the scout ability will allow him to move 2 more spots during deployment, only during deployment in the first round. So again, I could deploy in, use both my actions, and then scout 2 spots, okay? So that's deployment. He has the same carrying capacity as what he has in Dust Warfare. So you get a 6 carrying capacity, so you can do a squad of 5 armor 2s with a hero, or you can have 3 armor 3s without a hero. Okay. Armor 3s are 2, armor 2s are worth 1 point. So I deploy him in with the Hellboys. Now let's say the next round goes and I get the attack, the initiative. Okay, he has the same Napalm Thrower. Now the difference here is the Napalm has a range of 3. And what you can do is, you see my arrangement of axes here. I got the recon, heavy recon grenaders, I got the command squad, some Beobacters, and the zombies back here. Now with a range of 3, what he gets to do is he gets to draw a range of 3. Any way that you go, it's kind of weird, but that's how it plays out. And any units that are in that range of 3, he can attack. That he can see, okay? So this walker actually blocks, actually it doesn't block. Line of sight is driven from all 4 blocks in Dust Tactics. So the back legs and the front legs, line of sight's driven from there. So with the range of 3 from this dot, he actually has access. He can actually hit the zombies. So boom, 1, 2, 3, he can hit the zombies. So the walker does not block the line of sight there. So, but for this example, what I'm going to do is, and line of sight is blocked to the Beobacters. Okay, so the Beobacters are out of line of sight. So if I was to attack here, what I would attack is these 3 units right here. Okay, and what he gets to do is he gets to roll 2 dice per armor, 2 dice per guys. So here you get to write 8 dice, there he gets to write 10 dice, and against the walker he'd get to roll 2 dice. The difference is, on the walker, if any one of the 2 dice hit, it's automatically dead. Against the guys, it's 1 hit per dice roll. Okay, so 8 dice, 10 dice. Let's say I wipe both of these out, and the walker is still in play. Okay, the walker can attack me. What I can do now is deploy the Hellboys, and it just takes 1 movement action. So since the Hellboys have fast, I could deploy 1 and then move with fast and still attack. Or I can deploy 1, move with fast, and move again. Okay, so it only takes 1 move action to deploy, to debark, and it takes only 1 move action to embark. Now don't forget, he also has the 50 cal and the 30 cal. So I could have used the 50 cal against the zombies and the 30 cal against the zombies. The 50 cal has a range of 6 and 30 cals, and there's 2 of them on this 2 separate weapon lines. So I could have used the 30 cal over here just to make sure, and then a 30 cal that way to make sure. So 2 30 cals and the 50 cal here. The Napalm, the defender does not get cover with the Napalm. I think that's it for special abilities on Fireball. Now let's check out Punisher. Okay, Punisher and Dust Tactics. So Punisher and Dust Tactics is worth 100 points. It costs for the 100 points, what it gets you is the difference is, instead of Napalm, you get the howitzer, which is unlimited range. So if you're playing a board that you have, you know, long range on, you might want to take the Punisher, but for 100 points, that's a lot. He is, though, probably one of the more effective heavy walkers compared to the Axis. So if you're playing allies, he is much better off playing than the Axis heavy walkers. So with Punisher, what you can do Here's the 4 deployment zones. Same 4 deployment zones. Let's say it's these 4 squares right here. It takes 2 actions. He does not have the scout ability. That's the difference between Punisher and Fireball. So he would have to wait to the next turn to move. Now the next turn happens, let's say, and let's see what he's in range for. So he has unlimited range for the howitzers. So he can shoot any of the fronts, and he can also shoot the heavy walker in the back for the axis. Now what he gets with the howitzer against the heavy walker back here is 7 dice, which is pretty devastating. Now against the armor 3 and armor 4 walkers, he gets 8 dice. So he can pretty much take out, since these only need 3 hit points and 4 hit points, he can pretty much take out any one of those. Now you can only attack one of the 3 units. And then he has his 50 cal, which has a range of 6, so he can hit any one of these units in front. For armor 2s, he gets 5 dice. For armor 3s, he gets 4 dice. And then his 30 cal can also reach, because it's got a range of 4. Now again, the difference between Warfare and Dust Tactics is the 30 cals, there's 2 of them instead of 1, so there's 2 separate ranges there. And he would get, on the 30 cals, he would get 5 and 3 dice. So 5 against armor 2s and 3 against armor 3s. They also have, I didn't say, the dozer blade. What the dozer blade can do is it can take out any tank traps or anything like that. So with the dozer blade, just the same thing with Dust Warfare. If there was a tank trap here and he was to move 1 up forward, they can move 1 square at a time. He could take out the tank trap with his dozer blade. And that's Punisher. Pretty straightforward with him. Now for just a little brief overview. Okay, so thanks for watching. That was a little unboxing, some tips, a little overview of both Fireball and Punisher, the heavy assault walkers for the Allied force. Again, they're very much similar. The difference is the howitzer and flamethrower, and then for Dust Tactics you get the scout ability with Fireball. Other than that, they both have the dual 30 cals and a 50 cal, and then their main weapons with the dozer blade. They both have a carrying capacity of 6, and they make very good units if you have the points. If you're looking for 300 points and above, I would, maybe suggest taking one of these. If you're on the lower points, you get a cost factor there of 82 and 100 points. Dust Warfare, they work out pretty good with being able to move your troops down the field. So I think overall they're very good units. And compared to the Axis heavy units, they are a lot more effective than the Axis heavy units here. So I'll show both of those. I'll be doing a review of those next week, and also a special. So if you saw episode 13, I did the unboxing of the SSU. Guess what, folks? This week they came out with the Specialty Squad and the Walkers, and they are pre-ordered premium edition. I will be doing an unboxing and a review of those next week, and then I'll start doing individual reviews, just like what I did today, of all the units and get them up on the website, battletactics.tv. I'll have a layout. I've just started the website, and I'll have a layout of each of the factions, the Axis, the Allies, the SSU, the units, and a video with tactics for each one and how we've used them on the battlefield. So I've been playing for over a year with Dust Tactics, and now starting to integrate some stuff into Dust Warfare. And then also on Tuesdays I will start having Train Tuesdays. I'll go over some of this. I know a lot of people have been asking, oh, where do I get this train, how do I do, where the buildings come from, how do I paint them. On Tuesdays I'll have what's called Train Tuesdays, Battle Tactics TV Train Tuesdays. So please subscribe. We got a lot of things coming. This is my Kickstarter basically with Battle Tactics, and the more subscribers I get, the better I feel about producing some of these videos. So please hit us up on Facebook. Facebook is facebook.com/DustTactics. Should be easy to remember. Our website is battletactics.tv. and our Twitter is @BattleTacticsTV. Thank you very much. Next week, got the SSUs, the second part of it. Talk to you guys later.